Coos.
Here.
Severson.
Yeah, here.
Kuiper.
Yep.
Zingy.
Here.
Flora.
Here.
Isom.
Here.
Gage.
Yep.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. That brings us to persons to be heard. Joe, you're first. What do we have today?
Mr. Mayor and Council, I would like to introduce you to our two newest police officers.
Very good.
We have John Brown, who most recently was a village public safety officer here in town, worked out at Saxman, and Cassie Page, who was with Peace Health as a CNA. They both started about 2 weeks ago.
All right.
Just got sworn in today in front of Judge Carey at 4:30. So
Another John Brown.
not to be confused with his father, John Brown, or Lieutenant John Brown. Yes.
Are you guys both from Ketchikan, or?
I've been here for about 5 years.
And I've been here about 5 years total from Arizona.
Well, thanks for joining up. Congratulations.
I'd just like to say she went through the Citizens Academy last year, which was very cool.
Very good.
Thank you.
You can do that too then.
Recruitment worked.
Kara, where are you?
Good evening. Kara Jerzak, 242 Sea-Watch Drive. I'm here representing Peak Analytical tonight. It's agenda item 7A1. And I just want to let you, the council, know that my business has three primary goals, and that is to ensure that the consumers have a safe product, number one. Number two, provide a service to this community. And three, bring a market share of the commerce back to Ketchikan that's currently going to Anchorage right now. And we could service all of Southeast Alaska potentially. And we're here to answer questions should you have any.
Thank you very much, Chris. Anybody else here would like to address the council? It's always quiet in June and July.
Oh, just wait.
I know. Open my mouth. All right. Now that brings us consent agenda. I also was adding for the consent 7A1, 7A3, and both KTU items.
And 6A1.
Oh, and 6A1, the appointments. Does anybody have any questions on those that they want on there? Seeing none, we'll do that. Do we have a motion to consent?
Your Honor, move to consent.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, can you read the items, please?
Approval of minutes, regular city council meeting of June 7th, 2018. Liquor license renewals, The Galley and the Landing Hotel Restaurant in Jeremiah's. A liquor license transfer of controlling interest for City Lighthouse Liquor Store. Award of contract number 1819, Public Defender Services with Joseph Kovac. Exempting the procurement of financial and accounting system annual software maintenance agreement from competitive bidding and written quotation requirements of the Ketchikan Municipal Code, and that's Tyler Technologies. Appointments to boards and commissions from Mayor Williams, and that's an reappointment to the Port Hills Advisory Board. Marijuana testing facility license application with Peak Analytical LLC. A request for the use of the Ted Ferry Civic Center for burlesque and variety show, Cameron Brockett and Taylor Vidic. A budget transfer exempting the procurement of a virtual storage area network software and associated support services from the competitive bidding written quotation requirements of the Ketchikan Municipal Code. That's with GCSIT. And the amended Whitman True-Up Agreement between the City of Ketchikan, DBA Ketchikan Public Utilities, and the Southeast Alaska Power Agency. And the direction on number 3 on the Ted Ferry Civic Center.
Oh, everybody's in favor of letting them use it?
Without objection.
Yeah, no objection.
All right. Anybody have any questions? Call the roll.
Isom.
Yes.
Kuiper.
Yes.
Severson.
Yes.
Gage.
Yes.
Zingy.
Yes.
Flora.
Yes.
Coos.
Yes.
Well, it passes 7-0. That brings us down to 7A2, compensation for acting wastewater division supervisor. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I move the City Council authorize the City Manager to place acting wastewater division supervisor Andrew Mueller at Step P of grade 7-62 of the city compensation plan, provided an annual salary of $79,043.
Second.
Moved in second. Anybody want to add anything? Call the roll.
There we go. Okay. Coos.
Yes.
Flora.
Yes.
Zingy.
Yes.
Gage.
Yep.
Severson.
Yes.
Kiefer.
Yes.
Isom.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0, brings us down to 7A4, budget transfer consulting services for lease Ketchikan Medical Center. We have a motion.
Your Honor,
You bet.
I move the city council authorize the city manager to transfer $10,000 from the appropriate reserve of the hospital sales tax fund to the Public Health Department Health Care Operation Division Management and Consulting Service account number 640.04, for the purpose of contracting with ECG Management Consultants to review and discuss the renewal of the lease of the Ketchikan Medical Center with the city council.
Second.
Moved in second. Anybody have a comment? Call the roll.
I'm being slow tonight. Okay. Gage.
Yes.
Zingy.
Yes.
Severson.
Yes.
Kiefer.
Yes.
Isom. Yes. Flora.
Yes.
Coos.
Yes.
It passes 7-0, brings us down to vouchers. For vouchers, Ketchikan Daily News, $2,227.30. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I move for the approval of the vouchers of the Ketchikan Daily News in the amount of $2,227.30.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Call the roll.
Severson.
Yes.
Zingy.
Yes.
Gage.
Yes.
Kiefer.
Yes.
Isom.
Yes.
Flora.
Yes.
Coos.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 7-0, brings us down to manager's report. Carl, do you have anything to add?
I do, Mr. Mayor. I have several.
Okay.
Well, I think you all know her. I do want to officially welcome the new Assistant City Manager, Lacey Simpson, to our ranks tonight. She's been working since the 11th, and I'm very, very pleased to have that spot filled. Mayor Williams already alluded to the special meeting next week on the 26th. In the packet tonight, there was a memorandum from the Solid Waste Division Superintendent regarding our intent to cease accepting mixed paper as a recyclable product effective July 1. Both Mr. Neely and Mr. Hilson are here tonight if you have any questions on that matter. I want to give the council a heads up that we are having an issue at the port regarding the charter boat loading zones and the associated permits. By code, those using the loading zones are required to get a monthly permit. Unbeknownst to me or the Port and Harbors director, a former employee was not enforcing that rule for the last several years, or giving a lot of latitude and not collecting the monthly permit fees. We have sent out now 2 letters to the charter boat owners and operators. We had a public hearing last night down at the Port and Harbors building, and only one person showed. It wasn't related to the issue. But essentially what we're telling people is they've got to get the permits. The majority have cooperated. We have a couple of holdouts who've made it perfectly clear they don't intend to comply with the code. And we have made it very clear that after tonight, if they don't have the permits, by code, we have the authority to impound the vessels, and that's what we're going to do. So just want to give the council a heads up about that.
How many are we talking about?
Dave, can you?
It's a number that varies based on how many ships are in. Sometimes a few boats come down from up north, maybe half dozen. And they're not all always using the port. They try to use other locations as much as possible.
Okay. And you say they're mostly out of town?
Mostly from up north,
Okay.
the busiest days.
Okay. Thank you.
stand there and play poles and keep them with them.
Yeah. Carl, continue.
I laid on the table tonight a report regarding the Alaska Marine Highway System Reform Project. Councilmember Sievertson advised my office that the borough had referred that issue to Cooperative Relations, which meets tomorrow, and it is on the agenda. There's also a communication between Mr. Venables and Councilmember Sievertson that he could be available to speak to the council at its July 5th meeting. And if you wanted to get clarification, I think that would be an appropriate way to do that. So unless you have direction otherwise, I will invite Mr. Venables to attend that meeting and make him the first new business item on the agenda.
Anybody have a problem with that? That's good. Thank you.
I'm not asking any action tonight, but there were a number of reports on the agenda regarding employees who are leaving city government and KPU for greener pastures and possibly others. I think at some point that whole topic is going to merit further discussion regarding succession planning and the current competitiveness of the city comp plan. I don't have any easy answers, but we can't afford to keep losing critical people like that, and I think it's a topic worthy of discussion at some point.
Do we have any of our guys that have been working in there up to being able to handle that? I know we have a couple of guys in there.
I know in telecom, if Mr. Cushing were here, I'm not sure he is here, he would tell you that probably we have no one in-house to do that, and Mr. Thomas has advised me in-house that I don't think there are any candidates, and we're recruiting externally for that. And based on past experience, Mayor Williams, if a lineman should depart, the problems we've had in the past trying to recruit linemen. So I do think it's a subject that we need to have further discussion on. And then lastly, regarding the two executive sessions tonight, I would request that the council consider first the status of the negotiations of an amendment to the Berth Fork lease and do the other one after that. And that's all I've got.
Sounds good. Thank you. City clerk's file?
Nothing, Your Honor.
City attorney's file?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Future agenda items?
Your Honor?
Yep.
I would like a little bit of clarification. I know there's some in the packet in regards to the change in the recycling program, and for maybe Mr. Neely to come up and so the public understands through this forum that things are going to change in regards to A&P and some of the other things, so there's no surprise as those come through. And Lenny, maybe a little background on why we're having to do this.
Lenny Neely, solid waste superintendent here at the city. China, last year I believe about July, they were going to do a national sort program where they were not going to take mixed recyclables, mixed paper, mixed plastic. And I think that some of the things that I read, they said that they no longer wanted to be the disposal spot for the world. When you look at recyclables, it's the number 6 export from the United States to China. So there's a lot of material that goes there. Actually, globally, they take about 50% of the material. So at that point, no one was really sure how it was going to impact, our country or the globe for that matter. But, in January, they quit taking the material. And I think the thoughts were that, hey, a couple months they'll start taking it back. And, it's only gotten worse from that point. We were directed on March 5th not to ship any more mixed paper. And at that point, it wasn't clear what was going to happen. No one really knew. And it took a while to get the programs in place that we currently have. So we continued collecting the schools and down at A&P and all the other places that we do to see if something was going to change. Well, it's only gotten worse. So since March, that material has been getting shipped to the landfill down at Republic Services, as well as a lot of other material throughout Washington, the West Coast, and now it's hit pretty much the whole United States. But mixed paper right now is just not a commodity. It's not anything that anybody wants. One thing that China did was they said that anything that did get shipped had to have a contamination rate of less than 0.5%, which is unheard of. So with that being said, you know, the other material that we collect, cardboard, we have to keep that stuff really clean. So that's where A&P comes in, the drop center that we have down there. We're going to move that center up to the landfill, and we're open from 8 to 4 Monday through Saturday, and people can drop material there. That way we can make sure that it's not going to get contaminated. The boxes we have there now currently get used by a lot of people. Those containers up there, we empty 3 or 4 times a week, so it's a lot more volume than we're pulling down at the A&P lot. So by moving those up there, that'll be able to keep the stuff a lot cleaner. And it only takes one person to contaminate that. That's one of the problems with that. People that want to recycle go out of their way to do it, and they do a great job. It only takes one person to throw stuff in there that shouldn't be in there, that just contaminates everything. But that's the reason for that. We still remain committed to the materials that we do take. As far as cardboard, aluminum, used oil, glass, compact fluorescent bulbs, batteries, we're going to obviously continue to take that stuff, and as markets open back up, hopefully we'll get back into mixed paper someday.
Any questions? Dick?
So the alternative for folks is to put the paper in the trash, and you deal with it as garbage.
At this point, that's correct.
And the alternative for folks that aren't going to drive up to the dump with cardboard, it goes in the trash.
No. We're still taking cardboard.
Yeah, but you got to drive up there to get it, right?
To drop it off, that's correct.
You got to drive up there to drop it off. So that's the alternative. Either you drive up there or you put it in the trash.
That's correct. We're still going to have a drop center, and hopefully people will drive up to drop the material off. We get a lot of people that utilize those containers up there now. So,
excellent. Thank you very much, Lenny. Thanks, Bob. Let's. Where are we? Future agenda items. Other new business, we have none. Mayor and council comments. Dick?
None, Your Honor.
Judy?
None, Your Honor.
Jennifer?
None.
Julie?
No, thank you.
All right, Bob?
SEPA had a meeting in Wrangell last couple of days. Wrangell they had a couple of small cruise ships in. It was busy. They're having, similar issues as we are. They have infrastructure issues. They don't have enough funds. There's just a lot of things going on in that community also. But they're making it through right now. The SEPA, we passed the budget as it was presented here at the council. They have a lot of stuff on the agenda to move forward in the way of R&R projects. And very positive meeting.
Excellent. Dave?
Welcome, Lacey. Hopefully we won't send you screaming out of here. I also wanted to mention too that I was downtown the other day, and I watched a visitor just completely implode. She didn't quite catch on fire, but she was pretty close to her on the street. And a police officer, I did not catch his name, and I apologize, actually walked up to her and very nicely calmed her down and got her out of the street. And did I wish I had gotten his badge number, but I didn't. But once again, good job, Chief. I was going to run over. Nothing wrong.
What do I have? We got 4th of July coming up. We have a special meeting on Tuesday. I'm excited about the stuff on the special meeting so we can get moving talking about courts and what we're doing in the future and everything. I'm deciding if anything else has been going on. Been pretty quiet. You have a big event coming up?
Yes, besides the Midnight Run, you mean?
Yes.
There's the Midnight Run this Saturday, and then the Saturday after that is the My Rock Festival. 5 bands are coming in to visit Ketchikan, and it's going to be a big day.
Excellent.
So far, 15 vendors have signed up to be vendors at the event.
Wow.
So, yeah.
All right. And that's all I have. So if we could do executive session 2 first, I'd appreciate it.
Your Honor.
Go ahead, Bob.
I move the City Council declare consistent with the City Manager's report dated June 4, 2018, in the best interest of the City Council to discuss negotiation of an amendment to the lease and other definitive agreements between the City of Ketchikan City and the Ketchikan Dock Company LLC related to the expansion of berth 4 to accommodate larger vessels in executive session in accordance with Ketchikan Municipal Code 2.04.025A1 and 3, which include the need to discuss subject knowledge of which would have an immediate impact on the finances of the city and to receive legal advice within the attorney-client privilege.
Second.
Moved in second. Call the roll.
Isom?
Yes.
Kiefer?
Yes.
Severson?
Yes.
Gage?
Yes.
Zingy?
Yes.
Flora?
Yes.
Coos?
Yes.
All right, let's adjourn from here. Thank you. It's a problem. If you drive by the Ruby and you have satellite radio, it scrambles. So it's a spy boat is what I've named it. There's no other cruise ship. There's no other cruise ship that does that.
There's another one that if you talk to Dave and you get right down here and you walk like this and it'll screw up the radios he's using.
Oh. All right, we're back in session. We met with management, gave them
Radar.
direction, and we have nothing else at this time. We have a second executive session. Does anybody have a motion?
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
I move the City Council declare that consistent with the City Attorney's request dated June 12, 2018. It is in the best interest of the City Council to discuss the personnel board appeal of Charles Mackey and give direction to the City Attorney in handling that matter in executive session in accordance with KMC 2.04.025A1 and 3, which include the need to discuss subjects the knowledge of which could have an immediate adverse impact on the finances of the city and to receive legal advice within the attorney-client privilege.
We have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Call the roll.
Isom?
Yes.
Kiefer?
Yes.
Severson?
Yes.
Gage?
Yes.
Zingy?
Yes.
Flora?
Yes.
Coos?
Yes.
Yeah, 7-0. We'll meet once again.
Or share.
No, then we'll all be done.
Yeah.
Well, on my wife's request, they did adjust my bid. It's the truth. Yeah, let's go. We, in executive session, we've given management direction at this time. There's no further action. Thank you, everybody, for the meeting, and do we have a...
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you very much.